Hello, it's Fast Charlie, and I've got Devil Head by Den Brass. Looks to be a Corbin here, and pretty cool key. I just opened the package from Josh Butler, and I was trying to get those these wafer padlocks open, and oh no. Sprayed some cleaner in there. Let them soak a little bit. We'll see if we can get this open. Alrighty. It's a little bit like a quickset keyway. Got some movement. I think that was on 4. Oops. I don't know. I may have overset something there. Way in the back. Okay, got some counter rotation. I think that was on 4. This lock feels like it wants quite a bit of tension. There we go. Oops. There we go. We're getting some movement now. I think I'm going to reset that because I'm just a little worried that I may have overset something. I'm going to start in the back this time, if I can get all the way back. Interesting. Okay. It kind of just went into a false set right away. There. Not sure about 2. There's 3. There. Okay, I'm gonna come back to 1 and check it. Okay, I'm gonna go all the way to the back now. There we go. Awesome. Yeah. 3 was holding me up, and then once I got 3, it kind of just kind of popped open for me. Oh, and that makes sense. I wasn't lifting 3 high enough, it looks like. Very cool. Very fun lock. what he put in here. I have another Den brass lock right now that's giving me fits. It's a Yale. Oops. And I'm definitely going to use a shim. And that shim, it's not happy about going in. There we go. There, got it. All right, hope this fits. Oops. Use this homemade follower. No, I will not. Doesn't quite fit. No, I'm gonna use a hollow follower. There we go. All right. Some threading in all the chambers. Everything had to be picked. The back pin number 6 didn't have to be picked too much. Actually, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought it was a 5-pin key. Serrated spool, I would say. Number 2 is really cool serrated spool. That's what I would call it anyway. Number 3 is a serrated T-pin. I keep dropping these. 4 is a heavily serrated. 5 looks like a pin-in-pin, so we'll take a look at that in a second. Yep, it sure is. As best I can tell. Oh yeah, it's a Corbin, so that won't fit in there. Okay. Yeah, like I said, everything is pretty serrated. And then this guy here, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool pin and pin there for the key pin. Boy, I almost did a disaster. I used the wrong follower. I will definitely put this together using a bigger follower so that I don't have a mess. I could have made an absolute mess of things. One is a key pin that's been turned into a really, really deep spool. I'm going to go after the springs later. Number 2. Is another key pin that's been turned into a T-pin spool. 3 is a serrated. 4 is a really serrated T-pin. 5 seems like a weaker spring. That's a serrated, really sharp, almost a bit of a spool. And reduced diameter, I would call that a serrated spool. Let's see about the spring. 6 is, looks like maybe a brass. 5 is interesting. Looks like there's a chunk of something in there. Looks like there's a piece of something inside there. Almost like I've seen rust winds like that. Yeah, this is a Corbin. So, a steel spring. Another steel spring in 3. Steel spring in 4. And in 2 and 1 steel spring. Doesn't look like anything is done to the Bible. No. Very, very cool. I'll go over these pins real quick. Very cool pins. Serrated spool, and then this really sharp serrated spool here. Then a really nicely serrated spool in the 2. A reduced diameter spool in 2. A T-pin key pin in 3. And this really nice serrated in 3. Look how deep those serrations are in 4. And then a T-pin serrated in 4 as the driver. And this really cool, very cool pin and pin in 5 for the key pin. Nice little serrated above it. This serrated in 6, and it looks like a reduced diameter T-pin-ish in number 6. And I'm gonna just make sure that I grab the right follower here before I make a huge mess putting this back together. I do not want to do that. There we go. That's the right one. That could have been absolutely horrible. Before we go, I do want to check how these work. Thank you, Josh Butler, for sending these to me. Along with all the other locks, and I hope to get those wafer locks open very soon. There, we've got that spool. It is interactive because it is so sharp. Number 2, that T-pin is interactive. I think I felt those T-pins helped me feel quite a bit about what to do. This little T-pin here, that catches right there on that threading. That's nice. 5. And we've got 6 here. That barely needed to be lifted, but it should catch on the threading. All right. Again, thank you to Josh Butler, and thank you to Den Brass for making one that I can get open without too much trouble, like the other couple that I've had of yours. Everybody, thanks for watching, and be good, and of course, be well.